Esports on the attacking side right now, but look at just the numbers for PRX around mid. They have a great idea on how they want to play this pistol round to contain this.
Stars around as well, though. So they will keep themselves backwards in towards Crystal now, who then pushes in towards Vents.
Gets awkward though, doesn't it? You hear the shots, more members up at the B tower. You need to see something big come out from Forsaken.
A bit of a survival smoke towards the top of ramp for now. They haven't quite checked him out so far. Off towards the wayside on the edges of the smoke though, and he does find the double. Trades out from Crystal, and then for Devi to flush back in. They're trying to find some pot shots, prevent GE from getting that spike down, and they will pick up the pistol right off the bat.
Well, you know that this is such an important game for Global that they would have done probably the most prep that they ever would have coming in towards this week, you know. One game and you can get into playoffs.
Right, with
Good
the
start.
specific map pick as well. Right now, just being able to find some shots against a couple of the PRX players, something to trade with Guardian. Forsaken with his own Guardian as well. He does feel a lot of contact though, so the paranoia sent out. Maybe a bit of support from Patman around the edges of this smoke as well, but close range, it's not gonna find its targets. Now down two. Possibly to even play for range. Jing, though, looking to close in the distance for now, but he dives right up on top. It's an easy shot for Kelly. Perhaps a little bit more consistency as well. They're going to attempt at peeking out, though. Tripwires across for now.
This is risky for Patman because, I mean, he's got the gun and he's by himself as a fade. Which is actually going to get sent pretty early here.
Yeah, not much to really stall, but I think one big point would be the dark cover that Forsaken just sent out. I do believe Yudotan just noted it.
And it's the flank, and now they're all contained. Look at that, that's numbers for Forsaken.
Paranoia back in as well. He still has to contend with all four of them, though. He's the only one holding the angle. Actually,
they're rotating. This is risky.
To go through to Mail. The Prowler as well, but Devi looks to get ahead of it. Does find the first shot. Paint shells out from Jing now.
That's a spike.
And that's a second kill as well. Forsaken now coming back in from bottom mid. Spots up Poppy, and even though Poppy can still find... Look to push in towards B this time.
Just down on the timing. Again, an emphasis on mid from a bit of this util, but an off angle from Forsaken.
One killing. Tries to TP away, but punished by Darian.
Gotta remember, he is relatively new to this Omen role too. Has to configure a lot of the timings almost mid-map.
Yeah, the angle's still somewhat exposed. That said though, Jing will happily take a kill against Yudotan down middle, but it's also the spike and the sight, you know, somewhat granted to Global Esports.
Jing might look to just satchel in with the judge.
Oh, and he will do just that alongside the Prowler. The range not quite there, so Crystal still able to trade, but then for Patman to trade right back.
Yeah, that judge, you think you might not be able to deliver on too much there, unfortunately, but when you've got your team all surrounding the site and you can...
So that should give him some confidence. That said, we're slowing things down.
Yeah, but the problem is when you're not running this Sentinel as PRX, you have to just be very proficient around your info gathering around the map, and that doesn't work out for Patman. Caught in the open, the site is now Globals.
Somewhat unfortunate. Forsaken now punished as well. You got the paint shells to continue pushing PRX off space, but Jing happy to go for this fight against Darian.
That one.
Still got to watch out for the possible timed peaks. Crystal still watching off towards elbow, but here comes Jing with a huge party. It does blow up in Crystal's face. But then, for the Global Esports players to continue holding, that's when the lurk comes up. You got a player up over by ramps as well, and something has to watch for it. Jing still sticking onto the spike, though. It's a grab net. It's Annihilation. It gets Jing off halfway, and that will be the round picked up by Global.
I don't know. Like, I'm going to put my hat in the ring here. I don't know if that gravity well was bait. Confident are they that they want to remain around Garage? You've now got something on the line, and he's got the opener as well. No smokes on a map like Split. Quack. Can get awkward.
Awkward is one way to put it. And Jing will just, well, if you have social anxiety, now this is not the scenario that you want to be in. 3 players left. They still got to try, though. Darren does have a showstopper as well.
You got to cut some corners here as Global. You need to at least find a free gimme, you'd think, a pre-fire on towards something who's still holding the Garage line. If you're shouldering this one slowly, it's not going to work out, and Darion falls. To get in, but this time, well, they're not breaking down in towards the site. You hope they're not breaking down in the comms now, because you feel like they're starting to get a wriggle on this attacking side. It's not working out. These kills are almost inconsequential in terms of
trying to be tactical with their approach, you know, trying to suss out as much of these positions as possible with the Prowlers.
Spotted out something, pushed up through main. They want to pivot in towards the A side. It wouldn't be the worst idea.
Oh, but the judge and Jing as well, just to hold it down pat. Linear angles, and it's the paranoia that flushes Kelly S all the way to Garage. Petman holding down B as well. The Outlaw getting taken out by Yudotan though, so possibly we got an alpha plant.
Yeah, but the thing is, Forsaken, if he takes the one-on-one duel here, it could upset the whole round with Kelly S running a marathon towards the site. PRX beat them here to the site before the spike even gets here. They don't have to wait for a plant here. They could recognize by timing that Kelly S has to go for the plant, and it's just unachievable.
See this as an absolute win. You've got all these ultimates online as well now. You can get cooking.
Absolutely. And we're cooking with gas. We've got good flames here. No flint and steel. That's a lucky shot, I'll say, a little bit there. Stinger. On towards something's head, but he braves it.
Let's get down low, but also for Davai now to hide inside of this smoke. Poppy trying to get sneaky around the sides, and he will find the Sheriff shot.
Yeah, but look what GE have managed to do. They've got in towards the A site with a Cosmic Divide dropped.
And then for Forsaken to find that trade back onto Poppy. So spike down, you got the Dimensional Drift now going in from something.
Get all the information that you possibly can, recognize no one's on the side itself, or where are they going to be? Screens, it's the only option.
100% Forsaken to take the first kill. Kelly has to trade right back though. Something now trying to disrupt the positioning coming out from Kelly S with the blind side, holds the angle then with the op. Yudotan though, also getting taken down. Kelly S now into the shorty, 1v1 around the corner. He's hopping, and something goes and peeks into it. A beautiful quad coming up.
We're just going to get some pretty strange, you know, unorthodox rounds in terms of any sort of consistency.
Oh, we're also going to begin to take a look into the upside.
It's 30 seconds. He's got a paranoia. He can stall a little bit. He hears all the footsteps.
Oh. Yeah. Here comes that flash.
Oh, Lord.
Not quite landing the burst and the trace, but recoil control will get him there.
And the Nightfall, it stops him.
Patman now to hold the off angle. GE just have to go. They're flooding into it, but into the blender they go, and Defy to burst them down with the Phantom. Crystal for the trade, but Defy still collecting onto the 3K.
So, I mean, the Global more confident in their ecos, in their thrifties. They've done more damage so far with that sort of weaponry.
Yeah, I imagine maybe it's a little bit of that emotional pressure as well. Perhaps with the ecos, then they begin to feel like they can just let loose, but then they go straight into Devi, who's just spraying into the smokes. Forsaken now off from Vents. He does get traded by Crystal, though.
Still got to be a little bit careful. If you're going very close, the Stingers are just going to rob you of your life in this round yet again. Yes, Devi was good for one with the Poison Cloud Toxins and the Snake's Bite, but now it needs to stand with the Phantom, and he cannot. An opportune quantity of Patman on this fade with a bit of util used, or an unknown, unexpected position of something on this Yoro where you know the operator's in play.
Obviously, you're going to go for Patman, but he's still able to hold the angle. A double kill found by Patman.
Okay.
Something will go in for the tap here.
No, he won't. He's just trying to play around the corners. No smoke available for Pappy whatsoever, remember?
Oh, trying to stick it halfway. Poppy playing the patient game. Will be able to find the headshot at the very... Global still kind of piecing things together.
I believe something might have just seen the shoulder of Darion too, but it doesn't matter. Not able to best that Outlaw.
A little bit more confidence with the peaks now. The second kill found in the round. Devi to try to regain that weapon to hold down the position, but he's not able to since the firing squad from Global has marched up.
Now you just need to see Global Esports not falter. Darion to have a great multi-fragging round on for the 4K. And who stands and just go up with the spike because there's a wall keeping them in screens that they now get through.
But he also hears the guns firing off nearby.
Oh, they know where he is.
Oh, it has to peek out.
Nice work from Crystal. That's going to be a fit from PRX, using this utility now to gather information.
They don't see too much until Yudotan goes in for the peek, but gets burst down by something. Into Garage now with the Nightfall.
And now they know where it's happening, right? It's the B site that this is ending up. We see the combo of utility, a showstopper missing its mark.
Oh, but still the kill collapsed on towards Devi. Annihilation just to push PRX a little bit further back, and then the Bear Mesh coming in. You got the showstopper from Jing, though, and he blows up the site. Poppy getting blown up. Patman to trade. Kelly S trying to find some trades as well. They beginning to run out of time, but they still get the spike down. It came so close, Komodo.
2-on-2.
Got some flashes. Forsaken, healthy and full, and they're going in for the peaks. They found out where Crystal is, just down to the peaks and the kills. Now, mechanical skill, Forsaken goes in out front. The C's from Crystal, but still Forsaken hunkers down.
I think Crystal at the end there may have just ran out of ammunition to bring the C's to try and find himself some time as well when he first adopted it, but also learning is really good for PRX. Now, quickly up the ramp.
Oh, all the footsteps as well. Crystal looking to break the clone at least. Darien, though, now with a frenzy just inside of Vents, and he's able to take 2 down. The burst out from Helios with the right clicks, but still Patman to trade. But PRX do find some noise for his brother out here. But all right, just going in out for the peaks. He does get that dink. Divine now snuck all the way through with the Sheriff as well.
Need to see a sharp shot from him. Yudo-tan is watching, but Yudo falls.
And possibly a little bit more as well as he threads the needle onto Crystal.
That's so quick.
Poppy, though, looking to play spoiler. 1v2, takes down Patman, the first to fall. Divine now, just one more shot. He's running out of ammo and backed into the pillar. Now, a potential opportunity for Poppy as he sends out the Nova Pulse. Divine. Oh, might have spotted out his foot just with a crosshair placement to top it off.
Man, but it's once more like the first one. You think Global get a lead in a pistol, and PRX bring it back.
Oh, Komodo, I know, right? I mean, both teams feeling themselves backed against the ropes, and they're just trying to fight tooth and nail for this, but something now with the shots through the smokes.
I think maybe he just saw him over the top of the toxic screen.
Good chance for that to happen, but also now for Global to necessarily come back into refill space. The Outlaw picked up once again. Yudo-tan, though, not quite landing the shots. Has to run back to reload. Almost getting tagged out by Jing. The paint shell does flush him out into the open where Divine collects. Just Crystal on the site now. He's got the Stinger. He will find his first shot, but 7 rounds left in the mag and Forsaken to collect.
And look who's going hunting at the moment, Jing. He will be reeled back a little bit here with the rest of the squad, but he will hear the footsteps.
And hides into the smokes. Oh, Komodo, this could be dangerous for Jing as well because the Stinger's on the other side. Kellyes.
They don't go together, but he still wins that.
Grafnet now, and they've heard Devi as well. Second kill found. This could still go over to Global Esports. You do have Forsaken perched up on top, though. With elevation, you might be able to throw them off, but it's not even needed. Patman just to hold down by screens.
They're not going to be playing a pretty bonus here. They take the knee, potentially concede the double digits to PRX, who will lose the first shot. Say Yudo-tan's name, and he fires in.
Still just to check. And now has a little bit more information. Forsaken, then flush back into sight.
You've got the Gravnet back online for Kellyes too, so can combo with Darien.
Which could be even more damage given where PRX are currently positioned. All of them, though, from Global. Down ramp. Patman's watching it. You begin with the haunt, and it's easily dealt with. Patman then to re-peek, not quite finding the shots. Crystal, the Gravnet, it does go through, but it doesn't quite collapse onto anyone either. Now for Jing and Divide just to spray through, obviously into the choke point. PRX possibly beginning to gather that this is the current defensive setup that GE is running. Just Poppy on this backside position around B. Easily dealt with. The paint shell's completely blown up in his face. And you also have Annihilation now from Kellyes as an attempt, but unfortunately does not quite connect. You got Devi finding more shots down by middle, and it's just Yudo-tan left alone.
See what he can do in this 1 versus 5 to try and survive with the gun. Good for 1, but just on the tail end here, I want to... This round, for quote-unquote, is a flawless when it was decided.
Absolutely concur with that. Yudo-tan, though, looking for some good damage. And this will be my attempt at golf. Darren snuck in a garage, but yeah, the main hit into this alpha site. Jing in with the showstopper does spot Poppy out, so now a good idea that most of them are backside and screens. Something, though, off of the top heaven position will get gunned down. The trades come through from Forsaken and Patman as they march on through from ramps. In towards back screen, then, is where Jing finds his target. Yudo-tan still trying to play spoiler on the site, though. Jing to make quick work of him, and just down to Darren, who, yeah, he's throwing the judge away.
It's good repositioning, by the way, for Jing, meanwhile.
Yes, that's going to be the main factor. Even if Patman falls around this position, which is apparently not likely, Patman...
In terms of the actual kills, but you remember, he's found rounds by himself with the Operator, with diving in towards the site.
Precisely. This time it's Devi in with the Outlaw, something up around the back. The sudden push out from Global, not a bad idea, but still getting punished by it now. Poppy has to hold off Garage by himself. The Haunt The boom bot gives away his position. This could be it. Well, Crystal and Yudotan. Now, if Yudotan could possibly work his neural theft to his advantage, maybe.
He's taking so long. You've got to expect the flank, right? Surely.
Yeah, the slow creep up. And now you kind of have an idea. Crystal, though, not too bad. Now the Nightfall. Possible chance. Hunt just to throw off the crosshair placement as well. Peeks out. But with the kills not found.
Global Esports wait before opting to go in towards this B side as well, where the breakable door will go open courtesy of the salvos, and then they start to flood in together as a team.
Oh, out through the rotating door from C side, though. Something unfortunately will fall. But you also have Jing and the rest of the gang just around the cage of Yudotan. Yudotan then swings out because of the flash from Poppy, but the shot's not connecting! Defy finds it instead. Yudotan swings back out, but Patman takes the trade off towards where GE are playing then, though, out around A Link. They've got a good angle against the spike. Jing looking to stick it halfway, gets off at the right time, but still not quite able to react in kind. Forsaken for the 1-on-2.
Salvos will eventually come online for Crystal.
Oh, and he's just staying tucked away as well. They hear the footsteps, but now Crystal has to take the shot. Oh, not quite able to find it. Forsaken racking up kills up to a triple.
Angry Forsaken. He has got his runners on there, and he has hunted them down for the 1 versus Crystal. South Drone goes in first. You want to combo a little bit of this utility to get the tree control.
Oh, something with the timing, though. Just out from the smokes, but look at that! Stingers aplenty, and GE will collect on kills as well. Forsaken, though, finding 1, a second as well. And he does get away from the special delivery, but he knows that there are too many players surrounding him. Yudotan, fantastic to capitalize. Just a Vi now.
Something about these force-ups or thrifties in Global Esports.
It's them recognizing situations as well. Quite aware as to where Devi could show up from, especially with the smoke blocking off stairs. Devi just has to try to go in for a peek. He had the utility in hand, so a little bit unfortunate, but good kill.
Not 100% sure, but you know.
It's a Komodo thing. Well, nonetheless, it is going to be PRX stacking up with 4 onto this A site. Darren, though, with the Outlaw, will quickly dispatch them.
Hunter's on, though. See if these pistols can do something still for PRX, getting really up close and personal, but that just doesn't work out, doesn't it? Yudotan finally in the game.
Yeah, no chance at all. I mean, those footsteps were very audible. So Yudotan, great to rack those up. Now he's got the neural theft for future rounds. Devi, once again, left alive. And he's going to just try to find whatever he can. Good little swing out. Takes Yudotan down. But, of course, the trade coming upstairs, maybe A Heaven. But this is a slight opportunity for Global Esports to possibly get more leg room around the A site.
Just need to have a good decisive call, though, from Global. If they're going to pivot towards the C site, now's kind of the time. They're starting to run it over, but 30 seconds, you're exactly right. Devi for all of the information. Look at that.
Collat picked up. Yudotan to trade right back, though, as Patman peeks out from Pillar. Now Devi continuing to hold tight off angles around the C site. He's looking for more. Jing trying to get in with the kills as well. Blast packing through, but Poppy good on the shots on the Guardian.
And now you got to reposition from Poppy. And Forsaken has already started to waltz on over. Willie expecting to come through the breakable door. It was already open.
Oh, he's got smokes up as well. Not quite watching the angle, though. Forsaken! Crosshair placement, sharp and precise. He's going to get the kill to bring PRX up to 2.
Thought it might have been a little bit ambitious of Jing to get in there with the satchels through the rotating door to help out.
What happens then? You do have Petman on the judge now.
Yep.
Crystal up.
I personally would like to see something get a little bit more confident on this Yoru. Speaking of Yoru, Darion certainly capable of learning in the server, it seems, at the moment to chop and change with the team. Good shot out from him there on a Jing. This is looking like a well-formulated round for Global so far, and now even better when it's a 5 versus 2 situation.
And Paper retrieve some information, some crucial intel.
Darion spotted absolutely nothing over at this A side at the moment. Forsaken now to get some info.
Whoa.
But the fact that that's a free kill is quite unfortunate for Global. It makes things a little bit weird in this round where there's 2 rifles, 4 PRX, couple of pistols. That gun that's dropped towards spawn not going to be recoverable. But you do have a player advantage where a situation like this, Quack, the Steel Garden investment could be large.
However, that comes down to Yudotan trying to hold the angle. Unfortunately, gunned down by Jing. Showstopper possibly getting deployed in the round. Kelly S just trying to play up by drop, but not quite spotted out yet. But here comes that rocket. not quite landing as well. Kellyes then finding a shot onto something. The Steel Garden getting the primary weapons jammed, but Kellyes onto the go, still able to find some shots. Forsaken now from the back, but headed on by the shorty. Petman now with a Phantom finds the kill. Jing off to the defuse.
Yeah, the fact that Forsaken manages to find that first kill.
Yes, the off noted as well, and that's why they have decided to push into the C site now, especially alongside this Armageddon. In case something might have gate crashed over onto this part, the Armageddon renders him useless. Then to Devi, though, who's holding out by Waterfall, great on the 2 kills. Now even breaking clones as well. Darian now trying to do his best, but still PRX able to flood and swarm back in with the retake.
Man, Devi has just absolutely brutalized them, hasn't he? 4 kills in the round, just a duel. 007, he did get an assist in there.
All right. And it's still the op, present in the round, so GE does have to figure that out, but currently going for rubble control, they have...
He's got out.
Felt a loss.
He's got out of that one, hasn't he?
So quick off to it.
Kill onto towards Darion, rotating door, still rotating, and his Shroud stepped in towards there, and no one's shot at him.
Still has one more TP as well. GE kind of trying to think tactically around this situation, thinking to rotate back in towards B, but Jing is there.
Just a round of duels at the moment for PRX. Not letting these guns find any opportunity from Global. And now in a 5 versus 2, you need to see Kellyes and Crystal do something pretty destructive to get back into this one.
Given the positions, though, they are somewhat susceptible to spams. PRX trying to keep themselves with minimal exposure, hiding behind corners, and that's when Crystal will find his first headshot. 1 hit cracked. Looks for an opportunity to slip into the B side. Repeaks, takes down another player, but Jing, oh Jing, you're just...
And he's got the Steel Garden yet again, remember? So just the success of a couple moments ago on that A site, now reenactable. Speaking about something.
Yeah!
Hey, we're on the board!
Woohoo! You're gonna pop some party streamers and everything, but yeah. Back into the C site, precisely with this possible Steel Garden. Slight mishaps here and there, but they are able to get boots on the ground on C. With that, maybe the spike as well, but then the Steel Garden comes out. They're pushing all the way through just to try to wrangle more space, but Jing denies it outright. Forsaken blocking off B pillar as well, and now, something. You're just pushing Kellyes away. He's looking for some kills right back, though, but out of the gate crash, and it's into the shorty.
Use that gate crash, unfortunately, there as... oh, mate, Darion, you're stuck in towards the site, but you've got a lot to do here with the team. Let's see if Global can get this.
PRX quite aware of where the GE players are, though, just to take the first hit down by Tree. The second one kill going free as well. 4v3 now, and PRX continues to push on through. Immediate salvos from Crystal, though, does push PRX off position just a bit. Jing then taking Poppy down by the back. Unfortunately, TP's not quite favoring him now, but all of a sudden, look at the kills. The stingers from Crystal and Darian just decimating PRX in whole. Thrifty found by Global Esports.
It's another Thrifty that they're able.
Which would be a pretty decent start. You got ops now on both sides as well. Yoru for Yoru, but something with a peek out from Mound.
Give me more, he says. The problem is, though, Quack, you've removed the smokes from Global Esports, and they don't even bait out the shear.
Quickly shot down by Jing.
Yeah, makes it really awkward to try and get in towards this site. Though, if Jing's giving you a free opener there, back to balance out in the 4 versus 4, you take that.
SG versus SG. Darian, good for a bit of an opener, but now you've got to trip the sheer wall, or for everyone just to hop on at the same time. They will trip it, and then for Crystal, try to lurk around rubble, but unfortunately shut down by Forsaken.
Crystal's lurks have not really worked out too much, have they? Now you get the information from the shadows from Forsaken. I think he might have even spotted all 3 members out just then.
A little bit odd for the initiator to lurk as well, but that said, it's going to be something on this Yoru.
And he's still got Thorns available as well on something's call.
Yeah, quick off to it. But ooh, shorty swing. They both had the same idea, but Darren just dunked on him a little bit quicker. Sight now handed over onto GE, but PRX quick to flood back in as well. Forsaken looking for a cheeky angle. Prowler will go through, but not quite finding anyone. Just clearing out the front portion of the site. Then Rolling Thunder to push PRX further back. Shorty though! And that's Kellyes cut down by half around the torso. Darian now just marking Forsaken. Still going for the crosshair wiggle. He has an op after all. Will find his target, and then for Yudotan to slay the rest of PRX.
The showstopper, but Global, I mean, they could potentially even try to remove a member before the spike plant goes down. I was just talking about them needing to do something like this.
Oh boy, Yudotan playing with the op around Mount as well. The Nightfall will go through though to 5 for the double kill, but that's Yudotan now. Showstopper kind of whipping as well, but the wall bank shots from Jing. He's got walls. Off to the next one though, it's Crystal with the Armageddon, but as it goes out, PRX just happy to swarm back in off the timing. Just Yudotan, and he's alone. A soul tango, and it's PRX with the Mango now up 7-5 at the end of the first half.
I like Mango. That is a good fruit. 7-5 though for PRX, which to be fair, the paint shells being brought out by Jing works good for Global. They don't have to contend with that.
It's okay, macro-wise, some utility traded out, namely the Paranoia as well, but right now PRX still looking to break their way through. That said though, Yudotan, he's anchoring down the site. 2 kills found, and he's looking for a third as well. Jing narrowly dodging out with his life intact. Kelias then looking for a potential flank around. PRX looking for alternate routes across the map. Maybe back into the A site where Kelias is still hiding in wait. Darian now for the next kill. Swings out then Kelias for the first. Crystal to trade, and Pistol quickly pick up. He's scary. Like the player?
No, we want him to be like scary.
I know.
He was good.
You're saying you don't want Forsaken to be like scary.
Don't be scared. I think more importantly
Okay.
right now, Darion not scared to take a duel, dispatching of Forsaken first. He first fell in the last round, first falling in this one as well, and it should be hunky-dory here for Global Esports to tie up.
Fake out with some footsteps over, and PRX just dwindling around, dawdling around, just around these corners in case Global Esports begin to flood in. Patman finds the first shot, but instantly traded by a stinger. Now just Jing. He's got 1 kill on the Bucky so far, but unfortunately the paint shell's in his face, with Crystal jumping up on top as well. Global with some damage sustained, happily to move up onto a 7.
It's always a scenario in the heat of those moments as well.
Yeah, you do have some stingers and weaker weaponry onto the side of PRX as well. Jing possibly looking to dive onto players again, but also mound control now coming out from Global Esports. You got the Aftershock being sent through, but look at Defy. Quick with the burst onto 2 kills by Pillar, and that could give him the pinch around the door as well. He preps the button. He does get the third, but quickly traded by Kelly S. Crystal and the rest of them also looking to flood back into the B site for some safety net.
Kelly S could be quite pivotal here.
Gets into range. He's looking to deploy at the right time for the rest of his team to then be the catalyst to push on through. Darion with the first shot, something getting taken out. The rest of PRX though vacating the site to try to play around Mound instead. Paint shell sent over as well, but Aftershock taking Jing out of the equation. Now PRX completely smoked off. They need to find the kill around the diffuser. They will do just that, but still Global Esports with the numbers looking to dominate and push on through. We have found some semblance of global domination in round 5.
Arden, Nightfall, you lose one of those if Darion keeps on creeping.
Oh. That will be that drop. Jing with a Bucky again, too.
Good kiss there.
This time in towards A-Link, where with a Bucky in the spot, you know, Poppy and the likes of Kelly S, they're going to have to think twice before pushing into this area.
But that's a good paranoia.
It hits, but you're not going to peek into it. How could you, knowing that there could be a Bucky on the other side? And now...
Yeah. Global, any escape kill here will hurt. But I don't think they're going to happen unless Forsaken gets him. No, it's okay. So not flawless in a complete...
It's now with a slightly weaker weaponry.
Gotta get all this information, gotta enter back as Global. You can't do anything on this combo utility, or can you? You're trying!
Off to the shorty. Yudotan has arrived as well now, but he doesn't quite have the angles just yet. Looking for the spray transfers, but it's just Jing with the Bucky! He's found 3 kills! Crystal, though, Sheriff shot. And now maybe.
Yeah, but...
You know there's an op in play, potentially as well, but well, yeah, okay, Jing's got the Phantom now, the angle. That's just pink mist from Davai. Quickly finding it.
Scenario where if this gun round goes awry for Global Esports, you got to remember and cast your mind back to the fact that they used both timeouts early in the first half.
And through the one-way smoke as well.
Free of charge.
Right, weaker hold across the sites, and well, PRX goes for the call into B, where it is open. We've got Jing now watching the angles towards A-Link as well. The back of B also blocked off. Kelias was attempting something at the very least, but now no longer able. Crystal
to potentially have a full buy and push us into overtime. These situations in any game are usually quite hurtful. But when you add on the fact, Quack, that if Global won this series, they'd be in playoffs for the first time ever. Kind of hurts a little bit more, right? This is the culmination of the losses in the previous series. Now that they are put in this scenario, made it quiet that he doesn't really favor the Yoru, for example. It's still really learning.
Right now, at least, though, Jing, okay, getting taken out really quickly, but right there, it's going to be Forsaken, his brother, right off alongside him. With that, then, a little bit more space into this A site, the smokes to block off a link. Heaven, though, then, is open, but Forsaken just uses that as an opportunity! Swings out, 2 more kills, looks for the last, and he picks up the 4K!
I mean, you could...
Darian watching the off angle. Clone broken, instant TP's out. Forsaken now.
You would never expect the flash to come through in this scenario as Kelly S. Ever expect that.
That's just Kelly S putting in the body bag. Now PRX flooding up front. The full march forwards into the site.
Okay.
Yudotan not bad on a bit of a refrag off towards Heaven, but that
is where you pivot. That is where you pivot as PRX towards the B site. No one else is there currently. You did just see Yudotan in a reposition from Papi.
Yudotan quick to Heaven. But so far, none of the PRX players visible. Paranoia as well, but it's just Jing on the site. Devi has an op as well, which isn't necessarily the best tool. He doesn't have the utility placed down. Smokes out now from Poppy to get the spike stuck to possibly halfway. The swing from something not effective. Oh, and the angle for Devi not the most favorable. Yeah, not too much on the util arena as well. Crystal perhaps if the Salvas come back alive, but right now something is a ghost and he's haunting the heck out of them. Nightfall sent over, Petman trying to drag them down into the depths, but Darian to bring some light to his team. The op shot fired over, something holding the angle. Jing now from Waterfall on an off angle, but the shot's not quite connecting for him. Just Devi. David looks for the flicks, he gets the spray transfer at the end. The